What's up, witches? It's me, Luna. You don't get to see my face today. And I'm here to do a gift unboxing for a wonderful deck and a beautiful gift from Roxanne Pedersen, who is also my patron and just a wonderfully supportive viewer. Thank you so much, Roxanne. But before that, I'm going to rant a little bit because you're not seeing my face today, even though my hair looks fabulous, because there was a Windows update on a Mercury retrograde, as they always do. I swear to God, if you track it, Google always does its updates on a retrograde. Anyway, since then, my computer hates seeing my two cameras, and it doesn't help that I have two of the exact same model of camera, and it's not possible to like rename them in the system, so they're both named the same things. And my computer guy and I, wonderful Jacob, you know, we've ripped our hair out. Usually I'll say to him, you know, I'll call him or message him and say, I need you to come over and scare my computer, because it just takes him showing up and everything starts working again. But not this time. I managed to get, you know, two cameras working yesterday, day before yesterday, I can't remember. But today it is absolutely impossible, and I thought I want to shoot this video with one camera, and then I'm going to reinstall my Streamlabs OBS. So pray for me, please. I'm doing offerings to the tech gods. So, on to the pleasant stuff now. Lucy Cavendish, The Great Goddess Oracle, artwork by Jake Baddeley. Now, this could have been one that I threw on my gift list. I don't remember it. I do not remember it. And I'm so enthralled with the box, with the matte and the gold and the shiny image there. It's just beautiful. This is from Blue Angel, as all of Lucy's decks are. Again, beautiful gilding. Invocations, divinations, and blessings from the ancient Trinity. Profound and transformative, diverse and empowering, the many faces of the great goddess have nurtured and guided our souls across lifetimes. This inspiring new oracle from Lucy Cavendish and Jake Baddeley will draw the manifold maiden, mother, and crone closer, rekindling the eternal light of the sacred feminine within you. With every card, you will receive loving guidance, enduring strength, and timeless wisdom. Weave and reweave your fate with the Norns, rise in blessed rebellion with Blodeuwedd, drink from Caradwyn's cauldron, and journey safely through darkness with Persephone. With rich, authentic symbology and deep, compassionate messages, this oracle is your way to experience the great goddess, reclaim her power, and choose a life defined not by challenge, but by illumination and unshakable spiritual presence. The great goddess is the eternal dance separating and harmonizing the forces of chaos and order within the cosmos. Be moved by her wonder, be guided by her prophecy. Speak her invocations, receive her blessings, and walk the true path of your beautiful soul. 42 cards and a 168-page guidebook. I'm just so, my little autistic brain just gets so happy with those shiny tiles. We've got the thumb holds there, but not a box that's difficult to open, and just cardboard colored, I guess. That's surprising. Okay, and the sacred piece of paper from Blue Angel. Someone made the suggestion of taking all those pieces of paper and making a little book out of them, and I think I'm going to do that, except they're not all the same size. Okay, I've decided I can't actually do this. You see, I've got my little, I had already been burning some sage. I've got some black tourmaline here for grounding, and then I got my big black tourmaline in my lap, but it's not comfortable. I have to smell it. Black tourmaline, it smells like water. There's no other way to describe it. All right, I'm going to put you right there. So, here's the book, looking absolutely beautiful. The goddess is the beginning, the origin of cosmic and earthly life, of the gods and of the cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. She is birth, life, death, and rebirth. Okay. She is the wheel. Their commas are They don't use the Oxford comma. It confuses me. She is the wheel. All stars and all planets must pass through her and be born from her again and again. Yes. Yes, indeed she is. Okay. 2024. It's new. Let's see. We've got the introduction, the Oracle of the Great Goddess, Shaping the Great Goddess Oracle, the Great Goddess, an eclectic gathering. Deepen your connection with the goddess, readings, card layouts, and then into the meanings. Let's look at about the author and artist. Lucy Cavendish is a true free spirit, a witch and writer whose works are loved and trusted around the world. An exciting voice in the field of inspiration, she's loved for her vision, compassion, wisdom, and humor. She has that rare ability to connect deeply with her readers. Her work is notable for its breadth and depth of knowledge on sacred rites and sites, magical history, witchcraft, folklore, alternative spiritual practices, and intuitive traditions. Lucy's original creations have struck a chord with contemporary seekers ready to create lives of courage, spiritual adventure, and magic. Lucy's books and oracle decks are available in many languages, and she's a popular guest on television programs such as Studio 10, The Project and The Morning Show, I'm sure in Australia. She has a podcast, The Witchcast. You can discover more about her at lucycavendish.com.au. About the artist. After studying art in London, Jake Baddeley traveled around Europe, eventually settling in Holland and taking up oil painting. The old masters, such as Rembrandt and Vermeer, guided him from the Rijksmuseum walls in Amsterdam and the Mauritshuis in The Hague. It's The Hague, right? In The Hague, the Netherlands, Jake learned all he could about Dutch painting in the Golden Age and synthesized these techniques with the ideas of C.G. Jung, the role of the unconscious, and the glory of woman. Find out more about Jake and his work at his website. Wow. I like his background. Very interesting. All right. Let's, we need to read just a little bit, don't we? Don't we? I'm so excited to get in. Introduction. She was right there before me, sparking with intensity and clarity, shining with a brilliant kind of power that's challenging to describe. Because we don't often have words for power that are feminine, usually they come off as power over, at home with what we consider to be masculine. She had that, yes. She was commanding her world, but it wasn't through force. It was something else. Her power is as natural to her as it is for a bird to take flight. She emanated this sense of comfort in her ability to change the world, to set it on fire, to conjure forth humanity, to give birth to the stars. She is the goddess. I'm describing my first sighting of Inanna in where she lives now, perhaps grudgingly, within the British Museum. God, what doesn't? It's certainly not her natural home. Somehow she made the sterility of the space, filled with ritual objects from the world's oldest cultures, seem like her temple. She lives surrounded by other discontented ritual objects, longing perhaps for their home, for people to worship them once again and offer some kind of reverence. This is a little prayer. This is a wish I'm putting out. With our ability to laser scan, to print, to 3D print, to replicate in exact detail anything, I would love to see these things returned to where they came from, replicas put in the museums, so you can get an idea of the scale and the size and everything else. But my gods, why not? Okay. Talking about going to the museum. All right, once going to museums like this was an experience that felt distant, even sterile. But now, if you let your eyes truly see, you may be struck by the beauty of one woman whispering softly to the statue of Isis. Over in the corner is me, awestruck at Inanna's immense power radiating off her tiny depiction. Away from us all, an old woman genuflects before a depiction of the goddess/saint breed, while a teenage girl gazes feverishly at Kali, fervently hoping perhaps for the severance of the old and the outworn, chaining her to a past she had no hand in creating. Whose severed head was she imagining joining the others that made up Kali's bloody necklace? Who knows? Okay, I am remembering right now going to the museum, Cleveland Museum of Art, and seeing, I think it was Thutmose, there was an exhibition that came through, and going up these stairs and turning a corner, and there was this massive statue of Sekhmet, and it just took my breath away. And did I sneak a little tiny finger over to touch that statue? Yes. Yes, I did. Okay. So she's talking about the great goddess and how we experience the goddess beyond those human-like forms. She's the wind playing in our hair, stripping the trees of dead leaves, making the waves rise in the ocean, the volatility of the storm. She's myriad, indivisible from our oldest stories about ourselves. And so she goes on about the goddess. And then she's talking about her relationship with the goddess and how she grew up. Here's something worth reading. It's all worth reading. It's just you get to do that yourself. We are in a world in great conflict with the goddess. She is often bought, sold, owned, and possessed, or her image and energy are, without the connection that can keep us well and whole. For many people in our modern culture, the word goddess is very, very loaded. I want to be clear that working with the energies here is nothing like going to church and praying to a god who may or may not hear you. Calling upon these goddesses, these old ones, is to draw from an ancient well of eternal energy, which will be returned to you over and over if you pay the proper respect and create balance in your relationship with the deities. All right, yeah, keep going. So there is no payback as long as you call with dignity, humility, and respect. If you call to them with arrogance, you will not have their help. And that is what we want, help. To not always feel so on our own when we're facing life's challenges, yes? So be prepared to open your heart and turn your gaze to the world of deities, the energetic beings known by many names, by many as goddesses. Okay. Energetic beings known by many as goddesses. Read all the words. What I want to say is, overall, the goddess is the form. The god is the force. The goddess is the form. So everything that exists in objective reality that you can put your hand to that has a material essence or even an energy signature, something perceivable, is of the goddess. Anything that is manifest is of the goddess. And so, in order to really do the nuts and bolts, down to earth devotion, you must take care of everything that is manifest in your life. If you want abundance, you need to take the greatest care of the things that are in your keeping. Treat them like the abundance that they are. Get rid of the things that you don't cherish and value so that you can feel that wonderful sense of abundance and ownership, and seeing your expression, your personality manifest around you. The more you take care of those things, the more abundance can run through your life. Anyway, okay. Ooh, could I go for hours? Yes, I could. All right, the Oracle of the Great Goddess. Once you begin to handle the cards, the deck and its use become a syncretic ritual. Each of the cards a sacred living site where differing systems meet in peace and respect. This deck is for people of all kinds and all genders. Within it, we can coexist through the ages, not idealizing them, but connecting deeply to the many forms of the feminine. My wish is for the great goddess to reconnect us to the many energies of the goddess, from the volcanic to the voluptuous, from the maiden of flowers to the crone and her cauldron. The deck is a kind of temple in which dwell these depictions of the great goddess in her myriad forms. It can be worked with for divination. This is one of its main functions. But perhaps as important, it offers you a way to enter into direct communication with the female aspect of deity. All right. Then shaping the great goddess oracle. So she talks about creating it and their stories, and I'm not going into that. A lot of content here. The great goddess and eclectic gathering. There are 7 pantheons within the great goddess oracle. See, this is what I like, an overview, and then we drill down. Pantheon translates to a temple of all gods. Polytheistic cultures and societies generally have pantheons. Pantheons are here are, just to be clear, not fully represented. All of the gods and goddesses are not immediately present. That would be an impossible task. So, the pantheons and deities who came forward to speak with us within this deck are the Sumerian, Inanna, Ereshkigal, and Ninhursag; the Egyptian, Nephthys, Isis, and Nut; the Greek, Persephone, Demeter, and Hecate; the Indian, Sarasvati, Lakshmi, and Kali; Welsh, Blodeuwedd, Arianrhod, and Ceridwen; the Irish, Anu, Bav, and Macha; the Norse, Norns, Freya, and Hel. Each of the three goddesses in each pantheon has particular energies associated with them, which further offers insights when working with your deck. These are maidens, mothers, and crones, young moon, full moon, winnowing moon, and sky, earth, underworld. The maidens, young moon, and sky, and lists which ones those are. The mothers, full moon, and earth, and likewise crones, winnowing, and underworld, and it lists those. Deepen your connection with the goddess, sleeping with your cards, having a card on the altar, a card a day, keeping a card reading journal, blessing, clearing, charging, meditating, journeying into the cards, manifesting the great goddess, readings, asking the question, how to shuffle your cards, cutting the deck, strengthening your readings using oils, a great goddess and her crystal expressions. So she really goes, sideways with things, and there is a lot of context and a lot of content, and that's wonderful. Clearing and grounding your energy after reading, cord cutting, breathing fresh air, reshuffling the cards, taking sea salt baths. This is really important. This right here, a side story time. When I was a young witch and doing lots of ritual and stuff, and starting to do ritual with groups. Hold on. Water. One of the things that I used to not do is close the circle down, because at the end of circle there's such a high. And it's such a buzz, and it's so much fun, and you're eating food and talking to people, and who wants to gather everybody together and close things down? So I would just give the circle permission to dissipate, and then I wouldn't sleep at all, because you have to ground, you have to release fully, you have to ground, and you got to close the circle, or it's not done. Now there is a ritual in Janet and Stuart Farrer's book, The Witch's Goddess, which is you set up an Egyptian temple, and in that you specifically allow the temple to fade on its own. But this is good advice for doing readings. Okay. Connecting and transmuting with the earth, grounding with healthful foods, and then special moments with cards. Talks about jumpers, reverses, simple layouts, 3-card layouts, past, present, future, Maid, Mother, Crone, Temple of the Great Goddess spread, which is 9 cards. Okay. Celtic Cross. And now we're into the card meanings, and we get a small color image, and then we have the title. Card 1, Her Blessing, Maiden. She is the Lady of Honey and Rapture. Inanna speaks. And then that's it. Inanna speaks. So Inanna card 2. Okay, I got to get into the deck. I'm very confused. See you in a sec. Okay. Yeah, you can see I have not even looked at these cards, and I was really expecting to be shooting the video quickly, but I got these before Christmas, I believe. Oops, and I just scratched. But we've got gilding on the backs of the cards as well. They're not, well, they're big. Yep. They're big, they're thick. They're an oracle. All right. So Inanna, Lady of Rapture, card 1, Her Blessing, Maiden. Okay, so is there 2 cards for each? Because I'm thinking about, Did she tell us? There's so much to read. And I would like to have seen, okay, there's 7 pantheons. Each of the 3 goddesses has something. These goddesses to have more celestial, blah, blah, blah. Inanna. Mothers are associated with the full moon. Darker goddesses. Great goddess will offer you this deck being filled with goddesses' energies. Like entering before we do that, the cards need to be released and awakened. Da, da, da. I don't understand. She's not saying. But if there are 7 pantheons, and she mentioned 3 goddesses for each, and there's 42 cards, there have to be 2 cards for each goddess. Wow, okay. Card 1, her blessing. Card 2 is also Inanna's strength, vigor, daring. The invocation. I finally found it. So there are 7 pantheons, 3 realms, the triple goddess, and 3 phases of the moon. There are 2 cards for each deity. One is the goddess directly speaking with you. The second is a prayer or a call to her through which you can invite her energy more directly into your life. The artist who created the beautiful artworks for this deck, Jake Badley, shares his thoughts on working with the diverse energies of the great goddess. There were many magical and synchronistic moments during the 2 years. Okay, person 15. I still don't understand. So one is her speaking directly to you, and the second is a prayer. So that must be the invocation. So her blessing is what she brings you, her speaking to you. And that says Lady of Rapture, so no keywords. And then the invocation is strength, vigor, daring. I'm very confused. Ninhursag, Lady of Comfort and Healing. You know, I want to look and see. Okay. Inanna speaks is what the first one says. And then the second one, the invocation, O Inanna, sensual lady of daring, merge within me, O goddess, the warrior and lover. Protect me, let all shame fall from me. But then we have keywords. Strength, vigor, daring. Above the invocation. And above the Inanna speaks, it's Lady of Rapture. Okay, I have not quite hooked in to the vibe of this yet. Ninhursag, Lady of Comfort and Healing. She is mother. So her blessing is comfort and healing. And we ask her, we can invoke her for creativity, rebirth, and renewal. All right, I think I'm getting this. And let's see. Comfort, healing, creativity, rebirth, renewal. All right, I'm so bogged down. I'm going to back up again here. This is going to be a long one, can you tell? Because I want to look at the artwork. First of all, big ass borders and lots of busy, you know, I love the gilding, but I don't think it needs to be on the front of the card as well. I would much rather have a larger image because these images are far smaller than the size of the card. So there's Inanna, and there she is again on a lion. I love the artwork. I do. It's got a very ancient look to it. Ninhursag. And look at her, like the horns and the wings. It's just beautiful. I wish it were bigger. And there's a birthing mother. Then we have Ereshkigal, Queen of the Great Below. And she is a crone. I love her antlers. Got 2 little fawns down here. And challenges, compassion, breakthroughs is the invocation. I like the geometric. Newt, Lady of the Vast Cosmos. Oh, look at her. She's gorgeous. She's the maiden, and her invocation is for cosmic immensity, eternity. Look at how she's speaking like a flame out of her mouth. 2. Okay. I don't understand what the number is there. That's the symbol for Earth. And for, oh, we've got the elements. Okay, whatever. Isis, Mother of Magics. And here she is with Horus on his tiny little throne on her lap. And then we have the invocation, illumination, healing, ecstasy. What's the 2? 10, 2. Okay. 1, okay. 1, 2. So the 2, see, 1 and 2. All right, so we know which one it is. Then we have Nephthys, Crone, Mistress of the Gateways. Look at Nephthys, Nephthys, Neptune. So she has those Neptunian qualities of being permeable and inspiration, spirituality, dissolving. Purpose, peace, understanding, absolutely understanding. Grokking, I would say. Anybody a Heinlein fan out there? That's a word that means to know something so thoroughly that you become it. That is a very Neptunian thing. Persephone, Lady of Spring and Flowers. Maiden. And the number 2, blooming, potential, independence. Blossoming, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to read sometimes when the words are gilded. Blossoming, potential, independence. Demeter, Mother, Lady of the Golden Grain. Oh, look how beautiful. They're just gorgeous. I love his artwork. Why couldn't we make it bigger, you guys? You could have still put the gilding on. I mean, look at this gilding. Would it have fit in the corners? Yeah. If you have to have it. Demeter's invocation is devotion, family, and growth. Lots of framing, you know. So we've got this border out here, and then we've got this border, and then we've got this border, and then we've got this frame. Lots and lots and lots of borders. Here's Hecate. Crone, she with the antlers as well. And then Crossroads, Choices, Fate. And, you know, I am excited about the blessings that are in here and the prayers. I just want to see. Call on Hecate for help making life-changing decisions. I stand here at another crossroads, lady, and here I await you. I ask you now, help me make the decision that will best fulfill the promise of my life, the purpose of my soul, the honor of my name. Wow, just very cool, very cool. Now I'm getting really excited. Then we have Saraswati, maiden, on the swan with her beautiful, what do they call it? I don't remember. Tambura, maybe. And here she is, truth, virtue, harmony. Look at her, look at that crown. They're so strong. Here is Lakshmi, Lady of Abundance. Hello, my love. She is Mother. And then nectar, prosperity, benevolence. Kali, destroyer of evil, her blessing, crone. So her blessing is she's the destroyer of evil. Her invocation is for courage, conflict, self-respect, and endings. And don't call her unless you're ready. Blood with Lady of Nine Flowers. Wow. She's so beautiful. I could just look. I could really just stop and look at each one of these images for a long time because they're beautifully, beautifully rendered. They're so very soft. And on this matte, satiny cardstock, they're just gorgeous. Lodai with blessing, or her invocation is power, rebellion, and freedom. Look at the wings opening. Oh, yes, she is gorgeous. Ariane Road, Lady of the Silver Wheel, she is mother. Her invocation is insight, wisdom, destiny. And Caradwin, Lady of the Triple Cauldron. Look at, do they all have the bird and the wings? How interesting is that? Her invocation is rebirth, inspiration, transformation. Anu, Lady of Earth. Solace, restoration, and health. Bav is mother of battles. Many wings. Wings and horns. And here her invocation is for recovery, reconciliation, and initiation. Maka, Lady of Infinite Sight. And if you've never seen it, please find the video, oh God, Song of the Sea. It is animated by an Irish studio, and it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then her invocation for Maka is knowledge, precision, victory. Look at the sky horse. The Tibetans have wind horses that carry the wisdom. Here are the Norns, the maidens, 3 weavers. The 3 fates, weave, measure, cut. And we have their names in runes. Then we have their invocation is for past, present, and future. Look at them weaving. Freya, Lady of Light, mother, with her cats. Her invocation is courage, passion, and gifts. Hel, she who all must meet. Memories, ancestors, afterlife. Okay, so I have gone back to the book because the cards have very different voices. You know, there's 2 cards for each, so, you know, they both do different things. One is the goddess talking to you. One of them is an invocation from you to the goddess. But what she doesn't do, and, you know, I think I'll be able to navigate this, but somebody that's kind of new to reading is say, you know, here's an example of how to interpret what it says in the book when you're asking like a specific question. A sample reading would be an amazing thing. But we don't get that. So it's going to be interesting. And of course, this reading is done with Roxanne in mind, my gifter, and to, come on now. Oh, and I forgot to light my charcoal. Hold on. So the reading is with you in mind, Roxanne. You know the deal. And those of you that don't know the deal, there's an Amazon wish list at the bottom or below the video, which if you purchase me a deck, I will read for you on my unboxing video. All right, so let's give it a blessing. By air and fire, may you be purified and charged. And this elemental blessing definitely goes to Roxanne as well. And by water and earth, oops, getting very wet. May you be blessed and made whole. And I am also going to give these cards, because it is a deck to the Great Goddess, I'm going to give them a drop of waters from Glastonbury Well, from the Holy Well in Glastonbury Tor. So, and then, by the sound of the bell, may you be blessed and made whole. Nope, that was for the water and earth. May the spirit enter in. I don't think my brain has fully recovered from illness yet. And I invite guides and guardians, allies and ancestors to come in, please, and take hold of this deck. Help me work with it. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael to bring in the spirit of divination. All right. Now, I don't even know that I'm going to, well, here I go. My hands are obviously not listening to my brain. You know what? It's shuffleable. It really is. Okay. I will stuff that grump that was about to come out. Oops. That is my applying skill. It's shuffleable. Okay, so I'm thinking we start with 3. Oops. And we see where we go, because there's a lot to read. You know, there's no like synopsis and then keywords and you know, one of the pair of cards for each goddess has keywords, the other one does not. So you really are driven to the book, and it's interesting. Okay. Now, I'm going to try another riffle just to get that thing. That randomizing, interlacing thing, you know. Okay. Now, they're telling me to split and pull, so I shall. Roxanne, thank you so much. I'm just dipping into the deep gratitude that's in my heart right now, that you would think to send me a gift and spend your money and wish me a happy holiday. I appreciate it so very much. All right. So for Roxanne, and I'm going left to right. I just told the deck that. So we have Nut, we have Hecate, and we have Demeter. So one of them is a card 1, the other ones are 2s. So, Lady of the Vast Cosmos, Crossroads, Choices, Fate, Devotion, Family, Growth. Okay, well, Hecate at the middle, I mean, that's a no-brainer. It just says big choices before you. There's a choice of ways, and it might not be all that apparent which way is the one you want. Nut, Lady of the Vast Cosmos, Maiden. So, you know, the vast cosmos, it's like, are there too many choices? Is it just too wide open a thing? And on this side, devotion, family, and growth. So, you know, certainly choices that are based in what's going to be best for my family, for the people that I'm devoted to. Can you see that I'm spreading out to take 3 more? Yes, you can. So here we go. Let's do the full 6. Okay, let's continue for Roxanne here. Nin Hersog, Lady of Comfort and Healing. This is Anu. Both of those are her blessings, so number 1 cards. She is Lady of the Earth. And Saraswati, she is a card number 1 as well. And I'm looking for the number here. Oh, it's way down there. It's tiny. Okay. Lady of Divine Inspiration. Okay, so if I just go completely intuitively off the rip here, we certainly get that you are at a crossroads and something needs to change, but it's way wide open. With the Lady of the Cosmos, it's vast. How do I choose when there's so much to choose from? And this one talking about devotion, family, and growth. So there can be, devotion, the things that I'm in service to, family, the people that are affected by the decisions that I make, growth, personal, my own growth. So that can even talk about ways that you're getting pulled. Lady of Comfort and Healing and Lady of the Earth says that it is time to just get down to the roots level, to connect with your body, to connect with the earth in the most practical sense, whatever decision is before you, to really look at the practicality of it. And comfort and healing. What is the most, what's the thing that would be the most comfortable and healing for you? Okay, let's see here. Demeter, Mother, okay, Hecate, growth, devotion, choices, Earth is Maiden. Okay, so between these two, which is talking about the choices, the crossroads, fate, and this is devotion, family, growth, the Maiden shows up here, which leads me in a direction of your own growth and the things you need to do sort of for yourself. Over here, the Lady of Comfort and Healing, you want to be the comfort and the healing to everyone, but we've got, let's see, like we've got to narrow our choices down. And then Lady of Divine Inspiration at the bottom says Spirit comes in here. So let's read. Yes, this is a very long video. All right. Card 2, the invocation, call on Hecate for help making life-changing decisions. And isn't it interesting that this is the one I went in and read? I stand here at another crossroads, lady, and here I await you. I ask you now, help me make the decision that will best fulfill the promise of my life, the purpose of my soul, and the honor of my name. Let me know where to walk and how my path will be walked. I ask you now, light the way with your 2 torches. Liberate me from the indecision that causes me to waver, to think unendingly and worry without action, creating stasis and fear. I ask you now, show me that burning torch. Let its fire illuminate my true path so very clearly that every doubt is burned away in its light. Let me open the gates with your sacred keys and trust in your guidance. You who came to the aid of the Mother of Grain, you who guided the Queen of Hades back to the sunlight and flowers, sweep away the obstacles from my heart and mind. Let the path, whatever obstacles it may contain, have a way through, and let me find it swiftly, without doubt. Come to me when my fear arises and help me dispel it. Let your magic open doors, show me solutions, transform my fears into a strength and certainty that only sways for imaginative opportunities. You, lady of certain purpose and swift strides across the darkness, let your hounds walk by my side so that I feel their protection and can finally rest. I ask you for this so that I can become who I am meant to be. Threefold you are, and threefold I can be. Let the future, the past, and my present entwine and aid each other in the creation of this life. Let me understand what was, know what is, imagine what will be, and walk step after step in rays of light from moon, star, or sun. Feel your courage and stamina increase with every breath, with every footstep. Okay, that was an odd sentence at the end there. I ask you for this, let me understand. You're talking to her, and then it says, feel your courage and stamina increase with every breath, with every footstep. That should be a separate thing. That's a direction to you from the book. Okay, so she is saying that, you're having a tough time with making a decision. And why? Because, let's go to Newt. Oops. Okay. Her blessing, I will connect you with the infinite eternal. Newt speaks, I am the vast, undiscovered cosmos, the universes and galaxies, the planets, the asteroids, the overarching inky sky at night. When I come to you, I wish for you to gaze into the depths of the universe and become one with the infinite that dwells within you. You are a living fragment of stardust and bone, and I am the great guardian of all that we cannot come close to knowing. I hold up the sky at night, and I govern the dreams we have in the darkness. So when I come to you, lay down the small things your human mind can eat itself alive with. So that's telling me one of the reasons we're having trouble deciding is because there's just so much going on. There's so many yeah buts happening, Yeah, but what if you do that? Well, yeah, but what if I choose this? And then, there's just so many anxieties. The bitter small knives of the everyday must give way to magnificence and wonder. Wow, the bitter small knives, that's wonderful. Because there is more within this shard of existence than we've dreamt of. The mystery of the night knows no limits. Okay, she does this, and I'm pretty sure it's Lucy that's done this before. These fragment sentences. This is a whole sentence. Because there is more within this shard of existence than we have dreamt of. And then the mystery of night knows no limits. Okay, so what sentence does that belong to? Anyways, for I am the first form, the mother of all, the birther of solar systems. My fecundity is boundless. My youth is aeons from, life everlasting. Lots. Gaze upon me, contemplate me, unite with the small portion of my starry body that your beautiful human eyes can see. Last paragraph says, child, look beyond and into the wild infinite of the cosmos. Search for the aching wonder amidst my stars and planets. For you, child, are starborn. All right, so you don't get a straight divinatory answer. You get a whole thing. And it's beautiful. It is really beautiful. This is a deck to consult with the goddess, truly. And I think this would be an excellent ritual deck, not so much, although, this remains to be seen. So we've got these vast choices, and there's a lot of things like chewing away at your brain about what choices to make. Over here, Demeter is number 16. Thank you for putting numbers on the cards. Demeter, help me heal my grief and pain. I sing to you, Demeter, the mother of the earth, you, Demeter, who grieves and turns the cycle of the seasons in never-ending circles of time. I call to you and ask you for your aid, for you have known the deep loss that disables the spirit, and even you, O goddess, were unable to let go of the mourning that threatened to swallow both the world and new life. I ask now for the stagnant energy and the endlessness of my sadness to begin to be lifted. So here we can see that you're standing at the crossroads because you're craving change. And there's so many little things, and it's just the problems are so vast. And, for us as a collective as well. And over here, it's because we're still in grief. So we're talking about, and it goes on, my grief has been terrible and savage. I ask now for the stagnant energy and the endlessness of my sadness to begin to be lifted. So, devotion, family, growth. All right, now I'm confused again. So, the invocation. Demeter, help me heal my grief and pain. Devotion, family, growth. I wish to turn my anger into fruitful action or activism to transform. All right. All right, you've got to blend these things together for yourself here. But what's standing out to me is the grief of what we've been through, which gives us also fear for moving towards the future, is where this card falls. Okay, Ninhursag. Her blessing, she is the lady of birth, creation, and healing. And this says comfort and healing. I am the lady of the mountain, the great mother of ancient Sumer and the Akkadian Empire. I am the one who comforts, who brings healing, birth, and creation. I am the soul of the mother who brought you to life. I will do all I can for every mother, for every child. You are my child. All right. The womb, born from the sea, give birth to the gods of healing, the source of fertility, creation. All who are pregnant are under my care. Stealthy and quiet as a fox, sharp as the keenest blade. I will help you bring to birth the jewel that your life can be. Let us make it so. Okay. Interesting that she's a maiden. Oh, wait, I'm over here. Sorry. Mother, yes. So we're talking about what I am here to bring to birth, what I am here to heal. So all this grief, this indecision and anxiety, we're bringing it to her in order to heal. And then we get Anu. I am the earth, and I am your eternal source of nourishment. I am Anu, she who nourishes. I feed the land and ensure her bounty and health. I raise the hills which are my breasts. I am the valleys and the caves, the good earth and all that springs forth from her. For I am the earth, and I am your first mother. Well did I feed the gods. I fed the first people, the shining ones. Oh, this is a maiden card, though. There are times when you feel separate from me, and you have, so many of you, forgotten who I am, my many, many names, my many gifts, my stream of blessings. I am mother's milk, the flight of the swan, the light that is gold at the edges of it, the drive to life that will return when you call my name, however softly, into the sky's endlessness. So if you have need of the strength I can impart, simply close your eyes. Feel the gentle kiss of the swan's wing, the energy of the land flowing into you. The starving part of you begin to feel its needs satisfied. If you're weak, I will carry you upon my body. Okay. What I would say here, though, we're talking about earth and mother's milk, nourishment, taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself literally with food. Red raspberry leaf and nettles tea is very nourishing, because we need to heal, and then we need to nourish new growth. And then let's go down here to Saraswati. And Saraswati is music. She is the flowing river of divine inspiration. I flow sinuous like the river named for me. I flow clear and pure into the sea, giving myself to the boundless ocean. I am the memory of that time of immaculate rivers and oceans blessed with divine waters, clean and fresh and true. I teach children to write, for I am the mother of language and of the wisdom to be gleaned from books. I chant the Vedas to you, and as you hear them, you come to a complete knowing of what their meaning was, is, and could still be. I come to the musicians about to play, their hands shaking, knees weak, and let them enter the music and the moment, and so they flow with divinity like my river. Children are taught to write from my festival, and sound is my blessing. Your hearing is holy, so let flow into your ears only that which will deepen your wisdom. I will come to you when it seems your words have dried up, when the flow of imagination has been blocked. I can come to you, and together we can make it free again. Be mindful that my wisdom has no hubris. I reign alone, calm, serene, and I enjoy my solitude. I need no concert to instruct me. I love, but only insofar as my freedom remains unbound. My separation is sweet to me. In this way I can hear clearly the music of all the universe. Let your speech be filled with flowing wisdom. Let your ears hear only that which will grow your beauty and knowledge. I am all elements. I am all directions. I am transcendent of the earth, and yet I dwell here with you in joy. I need no adornment. My treasures are eloquence of speech, the elevation of chant, and through these treasures you will reach divinity. My lotus is the flower of wisdom, and it can be yours too. I initiated order from which sprang imagination and creativity, the moon, the sun, the seasons, the elements, the waters, and the mountains. They are my children, as are you, and my offering to the universe. None can possess me, only seek to understand me. I live in your thoughts, so make them sublime, for then so shall be your life. Okay. Whoo! Here, I want you to do some meditation. Go to Kelly Howell, find meditations that sound good to you. Some have guided imagery, some have just music and sound technology. Put on some frickin' headphones and do them. Please do them. This is to engage your hearing, which is the sense of spirit in general. You know, the sense of earth is touch, the sense of air is smell, the sense of fire is vision, the sense of water is taste, the sense of spirit is hearing. So music, chant, something that you're putting in your ears that can also come out of your mouth. You know, chant is wonderful, but, you know, also just the meditations where you can just plug in, lie down, and do them is what she is saying. She's ready to bring those blessings. So, you know, I think it would be really interesting to separate the ones and twos in this deck, because you can say, here's what I need from you, and then here's, you know, what I need, what I'm supposed to offer, something like that. But ooh, wow. Okay, so please let me know what you think about this reading, Roxanne. This deck is stunning. I wish the artwork was bigger. I wish the borders were smaller. Maybe the deck altogether be a little bit smaller, though it is shuffleable. And as usual, Lucy Cavendish brings all kinds of content. I kind of wish that she spoon-fed us a little bit more with keywords. So saying, you know, if you're doing this strictly for divination, here's what this means, so you can pull them out. You may want to go through the book and underline where a sentence pops out that says, here's what it's, you know, what it's here to say. Let the tears no longer burn, you know. So whatever, you might want to do that with this deck. But ooh, it's beautiful. And I'm going to keep it on my desk. I'm going to work with this as my goddess vehicle because I haven't been doing any work at all. Oh, you guys. So anyhow, I hope that I can see you face to face next time. Many blessings to you, Roxanne. Blessings to all of you in general. Leave a comment down below. I like to engage with you. And until I actually see you next time, or you see me next time, this is Luna. Blessed be.